So I've been practicing semen retention for going on 2 years, but I've been knowing about semen retention and have tried to practice it like I think that was like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even before that. Solo Minati, he made a spiritual channel, and he was one of the reasons why I started trying to do semen retention. You know, it probably root back deeper. I think he was doing No Nut November, but that's besides the point, bro. When I saw he was on it, that's my favorite YouTuber. So once I saw he was on it, that was easy for me to do it. Especially back then when I was younger. But you know how some YouTubers or some influencers, they try to lead you down the wrong path. Probably not purposely. They lost themselves. I was going down a path, but it ended up being the right path. So I got off of the semen retention once I had a girlfriend for like 1 or 2 years, and then my relationship skills were poor, bro. Terrible. Like communication, all that was terrible. Like get in that bed. My bad, I'm talking to my dog. So yeah, like I was on little boy status, but that's besides the point. This is to tell you what I've learned on this journey. It goes hand in hand. So I picked back up on semen retention at the beginning of 2024, but I actually started late December of 2023. So and dog, let me give you a whole list of everything. And I've been on and off, so don't think I've just been going straight through. Nah, I go for a month, probably mess up. Go for 2 months, probably. It's just it is what it is. But first thing first, I got out of my mom's crib. If it wasn't, y'all know, semen retention, it like, bro, it builds your motivation in your drive. I don't care what nobody says. Before I got on semen retention, I was living a fully sinful lifestyle, spinning my wheels on a hamster wheel, not getting nowhere in life. So basically, when I went on semen retention, I was locked in. I got out of my mom's house before 6 months, so I got out of my mom's house in May. Got my own apartment, me and my girl. That's the first thing that semen retention helped me with. That's the first thing. Later on that year, I would say around August. Yeah, that's exactly the month. In August, that's when I built a closer relationship with God, bro. That's when I found my relationship back with God. You got what I'm saying? I had a relationship with God. It's like I started reprogramming and becoming the best version of myself. So at the beginning of 2024, while I was on semen retention, I went through another spiritual awakening, and I started back like taking care of myself and healing, because I never really like took the time out to actually heal. I kept looking over it thinking I ain't gotta heal, all this extra stuff, listening to influencers who are not happy with themselves, you know what I'm saying, who really insecure deep down inside. You feel me? So basically, I found myself, and then I got my apartment that May. And then in August, I was in the grocery store in Walmart, and this lady said something about God. She was like, God does everything for a reason or something like that. And I was walking in that Walmart, and I heard her say that at that time. I'm like, okay. Then I saw 222 on the that was the price tag label, 222. That's basically saying trust that you're on the right path. And, basically this person who you was just thinking about has good energy. You know what I'm saying? The older lady who's on the phone, I'm just over listening to her conversation because she loud. She right here. So come to find out, bro, everything happened for a reason. Nothing is a coincidence. So come to find out, as I'm leaving out of the store, the self-checkout in Walmart, as I'm walking out, I finished checking out, I'm walking by the same lady. And she started up a conversation with me. And I was like, I heard what you said, this, that, and the fourth. And I was like, me and my girlfriend, well, she's my wife now, but at the time she was my girlfriend. We built in a closer relationship with God, So we was doing this before. So we was doing this in August, I think July. That's when me and my my wife started like really bringing God back into our life, started praying, you know what I'm saying, and talking about God. You feel me? And next thing you know, that's when she offered this church to me. She was like, yeah, come to this church, this, that, and the fourth. And it's the church that I go to now, and I've been going to since August of 2024, bro. You know, so man, I love the church though. It's a great environment, bro. Me and my wife go every Sunday unless we're on vacation. We never, if we're in the city, we're not missing church, bro. That's mandatory, unless I got something like real important to do. I've only missed like a handful of Sundays, you know, literally 5. But basically, that's the 2 things right there. It increases my motivation and drive to really lock in and get out of my mom's house. When I was living a sinful lifestyle, ejaculate. It wasn't a porn problem. It was basically just living in sin, doing whatever I wanted to do, and having no connection to God. Just out here, like living my own life, being worldly, you know. But I had to go down that path just to see the light. You see what I'm saying? If you never been down that path, you will never like notice your growth. If you get what I'm saying. So, semen retention helps you lock in and stay motivated. You know, it's gonna be low days, it's gonna be high days, but most of them gonna be high days. And also, it builds your spiritual power, so you have a better connection with God. Because when you get on semen retention, you're gonna want to stop doing those bad habits that you've been doing. You're gonna start being the best version of yourself. You know, you're going to want to stop smoking. You're going to want to stop drinking. You're going to want to start doing more healthier things. Because you know that your energy, like you are what you attract. You know, so if you're a bad person, you're a rude person, you're going to attract more bad and rude people. You know, so you're going to want to start. Because your attraction power is going to be high. And I'm not just talking about women attraction, bro. I'm talking about just attract, period. Like, y'all think attraction is just, a girl like or a dude like a. Man, no. Attracting clients into my business. You know what I'm saying? Attracting wealth, the right type of wealth. You know? You are what you attract. So, if you're a bad person, shitty person, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to attract that to my business. No awful people that's trying to get over on me. None of that, bro. None of that, dog. None of that, dog. I don't want none of that. You know, but when you get on this journey of semen retention, you're going to automatically want to become the best version of yourself. So, that's the first thing I noticed. Another thing is basically just more gym strength. I just moved recently, like a month ago, moved into a bigger apartment. You know what I'm saying? I've been tithing lately. I've been tithing since like September or October of last year. You know, 10% of everything I make, I give it to the church. You know, just giving back, bro. What else? That's basically it, bro. I'm more consistent, and I'm just moving up in life, and I'm learning, and I'm gaining wisdom and knowledge, bro. You know, I've been on semen retention for like 30 days straight now. I'm on a little streak, nice little streak, you know. But I'm just sharing with y'all how semen retention has changed my life, dog. Like, it's a different ball game, bro. If I would have still been at my mom's house, smoking, ejaculating all the time, dog, I would still be there. I really feel that way. I really feel that. And me and my wife manifested this apartment as well. Well, we're not even in an apartment no more. We have manifested getting an apartment. You know, we said that literally almost every night. I can't wait till we get an apartment. I can't wait till we get it. Because it's just living with your moms. It's some of y'all might have cool moms. My mom cool, you know, but I just couldn't do it no more. That's all I'm going to say. I just couldn't do it no more. I had to go. You know, I wanted my own privacy and space, bro. It wasn't working. It wasn't. Yeah, I outgrew it. But I loved them to death. Don't get me wrong, but I just outgrew it. But that's all I got for y'all boys, man. Semen retention is going to make you man up, bro. Semen retention going to help you get on your stuff if you putting it towards the right things. Not semen retention alone. Semen retention and you going after your goals. You focus, you motivated, you driven. This is your spiritual power, bro. This is your spiritual power. But that's all I got for y'all boys, man. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I love y'all.